Hey guys, it's Vox here with another video, and welcome to the finale, of Shadow of the Colossus. I guess it's not the finale. Technically the finale is, well, next episode, which is called the finale. But, you know, this is the final boss, is what you could say. I mean, technically, you know, there is going to be another episode after this, but this is the final boss. So, pretty cool. It's the 16th Colossus. We've come all this way. We fought all these colossi just to get up to this one, and it's definitely a cool one. I have to say that. And I pointed out when we fought Phalanx, which was my favorite Colossus, the 13th one, that he's the biggest Colossus. He's the biggest Colossus in width and actual size. This is the biggest Colossus that's like humanoid. So just a heads up, you know, saying that he is, I guess, technically the biggest Colossus, but Phalanx is the biggest in actual size. If that makes any sense, I don't even know. So, if you look, or the pointer thing was kind of pointing you to the area where we fought the first Colossus. However, that's not where we want to go. And there's a tree here. Ooh. Is there any fruit here? We haven't gotten fruit in a while, actually. And it may be helpful before we go fight the final boss. Sorry about that cut. My dog freaked out again. That happened several episodes ago, didn't it? Yeah, whatever. Alright, anyway. There's another piece of fruit. I don't know how I'm seeing these. They're really camouflaged, aren't they? Alright, so let's take this one. And let's take whatever the other one is. You know, something I've noticed compared to some of the other Let's Plays that I've watched, we have a lot of health, but not a lot of stamina compared to some of the other people. And I guess it's my problem for not really wanting to get the lizards, but still, you know. I mean, it's kind of interesting to see the differences in the amount. Alright, so I believe we want to come this way. Now, this is a long ride to the final Colossus. So, figure, you know, have something to talk about, which I kind of do. However, I want to make sure I'm going the right way first, because I don't know for sure. And I don't want to get lost. I don't want to get sucked into my conversation and then realize I'm going in the wrong direction. So, let me... I hate this forest because it like throws your searchy thingy off. I think this is the way we go. Oh my god, come on, aggro. Don't cause me trouble again like in episode 13. Alright, except now this is a dead end. But there is another thing here. Oh, and a lizard's here. That's interesting. Alright, well, we can get one more lizard before we head off to the final Colossus. I don't know where it went. Oh my god. There it is. Die! Good. Okay. Hooray! We killed our last lizard, I guess. Alright. Are those just gonna fall off? Oh, wow. Okay. That's cheap. Thanks, Team Ico. You had to do that. Okay, whatever. Do I want to go down and get those? I really don't want... Oh my god. No, I don't want to. I'm sorry, I don't want to. Okay. There we go. Let's take our sword out. Alright. So it's not this way. I think we want to head over to that desert where we fought the 13th Colossus. And then turn left. Though I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. So let's take a look at that. Alright, here we are at this desert. Alright, see, yeah, I think we like want to pass this desert. Again, it's a really long, wait, is that a way shrine there? Where did I see it? Oh, well, there's one there. But I really don't want to do that right now. But anyway, so let's talk about what I was going to talk about. I'm kind of going to add on to what I was talking about last episode, about Majora's Mask being my favorite Let's Play. I'm just going to be kind of talking about Let's Plays in general, because this is my second Let's Play, and it's a very unique Let's Play. Like I mentioned in that episode, it's kind of a repetitive game, which is difficult to Let's Play and make interesting. And I think I did a decently good job. I mean, it is just my second LP, so I mean, you can only do so much with the experience that I have, but I think I did decently well. It is very hard to commentate over and make interesting. However, my next Let's Play, and I'm not talking about Project Booze, by the way. Project Booze is just a side project, which, I mean, it's going to be fairly short. It's not going to be Let's Play number 3. So Let's Play number 3, it's going to be different. Different than this. It's going to be a bit more like Majora's Mask. I'm not, you know, I know a lot about the game. The thing about it, though, is that I don't actually know what it's going to be yet. There are 3 options that I have in mind. All 3 are from different series. All are very, very popular series. Is that the, I don't know. Probably not the plural. However, I cannot decide which one I want to do. So, that's leaving a bit of trouble for me, honestly. And I'm going to leave it up to the one series that I want to do. Which brings me to another point. A lot of my friends, and you guys are going to be watching this video, so I'm talking to you. A lot of my friends are suggesting I do new games. You know, I've gotten suggestions of Far Cry 3, I've gotten suggestions of, you know, some indie games, stuff like that. These are all good options. You know, they would be fun. They'd make nice Let's Plays and all that. Let me tell you my problem with that, though. After I kill this lizard. No, I don't. Hold it. There we go. Let me tell you my problem with that. I feel like one of the reasons that you should Let's Play a game is because you really enjoy it. And for my style, it's a game that you really know a lot about. I could do a blind Let's Play, and I'm sure I will do a blind Let's Play, but even so, it's still going to be a game that I really want to experience, and it's just the reason I'm recording this, because I want you guys to experience it with me. A game like Far Cry 3, for example, I've been playing it. It's a really good game, and I mean, there is definitely a lot of potential in making it an interesting Let's Play, but it's a new game, and my problem with new games is that, well, people say that, or my friends say, you should do a new game because, you know, everyone wants to see what it's like and all that, you know. No one's doing it. Well, that's the problem, is that people are actually doing it. People always do new Let's Plays. I mean, new games. They always Let's Play new games, and it's really not the best thing to Let's Play. So, my Let's Plays, I don't know what am I supposed to do this? Oh, I am. Okay. That's actually kind of cool. So anyway, my point is, at least for the time being, the games I'm going to play are games that I want to play. For example, Shadow of the Colossus wasn't actually going to be my second Let's Play. That was a last-minute decision. So it's really just the game that I want to play at the end of my previous Let's Play. And so that's why, you know, that's why the commentary is going to be good and all that, because I am going to enjoy it. I enjoyed this game. I enjoyed Majora's Mask, my favorite game of all time, so of course I enjoy that game. And one of the next Let's Plays, I can't talk. And one of the games I do for my next Let's Play I'm going to enjoy. So anyway, that's my point. Anyway, here's this bridge here. We actually want to get a running start with aggro, which is going to be very difficult because, I mean, this horse is half retarded. But I'm sorry, by the way, I'm sorry if I offend anyone by saying he's like a retarded horse. I mean, he kind of is, but, you know. Look at him! He's walking as slow as he possibly can when I'm trying to speed him up. Oh. I hate watching that. I mean, as much as I disliked aggro, he was a good horse. But now he's gone. It's so sad. Anyway, it's time to fight the final Colossus. Just take a deep breath. It's gonna be okay. We've got this under control. We can do this. Only one left. One left until we can save our girlfriend, woman, person. One more before we can finally leave the Forbidden Lands. And one more before we finish this game completely. And freaking camera angle is screwing up my dramatic scene. Okay, anyway. Now, I haven't mentioned this last fight at all. I haven't referenced it. I haven't really talked about it much. But I really, really do love this fight. And it's actually kind of an emotional fight once we get, you know, more into it. And you'll see what I'm talking about soon. I'll be sure to mention that. Alright. The weather's starting to change. We can hear some thunder. And here we have the first glimpse of the final Colossus. This guy is literally a tower. This is the 16th and final Colossus, Malice. Alright. First thing we want to do is come up here and run to this pillar. He has these attacks that are very, very painful if they hit you. So you want to really be careful with those beams. Now, here we can come into this underground bunker type thing, which is where we're going to be safe for now. There are a couple of these, we want to be sure to take advantage of these. And he will keep shooting at you even while you're under here, which is good, because that way you can kind of time when you want to pop out. So we want to come here, wait for him to shoot. There he is there. Is he going to shoot us? I don't think he will. Alright. So we want to come over here, and you want to roll. Rolling is your best friend in this fight. That was close. Because if not, he will hit you. Alright, and then roll. That was very close. Okay, already 2 close calls in this fight. Those beams do a lot of damage. They're more like rockets, if anything. I mean, seriously, they cause really big explosions. So this part is fairly simple because he can't actually get you from here, but here you can really take a good look at him for the first time, and you can see really just how big he is. So as you can see, the first half of this battle is just actually getting to him. Alright, nope! That was close. Alright. So you want to quickly run over here because he can actually get you if he angles it right. Most likely he won't, but there is a possibility. It has happened to me before. Alright. Once you climb up here, you're going to be vulnerable. So you want to run over here. come to the right of the staircase and then climb up. That's what I always do. And then come up here, take cover here, and roll. You have to roll there and here in order to make the cover, so be really cautious of that. And he shot me. Get up. I hate how Wanderer stays down so much. Or for so long, is what I mean. Alright, this is the last bunker area here. So when we come up here, here we are at his feet. Alright. So, we want to climb on this thing here, which is this, I really love this part of the battle, because he has this thing, this cloak that he's wearing, which is really, you know, just like a building, and I love how you can just see bits of it moving like this. I mean, like this bit here is just kind of very slowly shaking around, which, by the way, you can go in any direction you want. There are so many combinations of ways to actually climb this guy, which is a really cool thing. So just, it doesn't really matter which way you go, just try to get up. Usually my preferred way is just going back and forth, kind of staying in the middle of his back, but you can really go either way. I'm actually going to come a bit to the right here. And here it's going to start zooming out, giving you a really cool view. Let's actually go to the front of him. Why not? Look at his skin. It's just, I don't even know what it is. It's really cool looking though. It's just such an eerie battle. Can we climb up here? I think we need to come over. Let's see. That's actually not what we want to do. Okay, good to know. Oh, we need to go to the back, don't we? Yeah. Alright, let's go to the back. There we go. Alright, here on the back we see some fur up here, which of course is always a good sign. And up here is a minor sigil, which we can attack. Alright, so once we do that, he's going to put his hand back there just to kind of feel what's going on, of which you then want to not jump yet, but you do want to jump on his hand, just like that. And you want to try to get to the top of his hand like this, because what you can do is he's going to kind of start looking around and seeing where you are, but when you're on top of his hand, if we get the angle correct, and if we stab it, see, he's trying to get you off right now, but if we stab his hand, he's gonna level it, and he's just gonna look at you. So it's gonna give you a little bit of time to regain your stamina and to jump over here to, on his forearm, up to what his bicep is, which we can then attack. Jump on the palm of his hand again, and you want to do the same thing here. Try to get onto the back of his hand. And once you're here, stab it when you have a chance. And look at this. This is one of my favorite moments. Just look at him. He just watches you. It's so, I love this picture right here. So this is kind of something that's kind of cool. You want to shoot his shoulder. He's going to go over and feel his shoulder. And then, ooh, that was close. And then from here you can jump onto his shoulder. And his weak spot is on his head. He only has one major sigil. Now there is a secret on here, much like there was on the previous Colossus. So you want to get up here, and you want to try to keep your body off of the major sigil. Just keep your sword on there. Actually stab it with your sword. I'll show you what I mean in a second. From this angle, for example, we're not actually on it, but when we stab, it will hit the major sigil. Because once we're here, he won't shake around as much. And this is not the sweet spot, but it's as close as we can probably get to it. And with that, we've taken out the final Colossus. You know, I've always thought that one death, that Colossus death, was the most realistic and the most human. Just the way he falls into the crumbling cloth. It's not even cloth. I don't know what it is. It's just... it's pretty cool.